Check. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Give me a second. Hey guys, can you check? Yep. Okay, awesome. How's everyone doing? All good, all good. Yes, no, yes, no, yes, no. How's everyone doing? Yes, hi Mayank, how are you? Hi Dr. Chakrapani. We'll just wait for everyone to join and then we'll quickly start the session. But how has your weekend been? I hope it's been good. I hope your Diwali was also awesome. I think you guys saw some of the Diwali episodes as well, so that was also quite interesting. But yes, I think everything has been going well. And finally, Nifty is going back in its beautiful zone. Yes, now it's correcting a bit because it was a bit overvalued, but I think now we are in an okay position right now. Yeah. But either way, I think let's quickly begin and let's go through and check first what happened in the last 1 week. So let's quickly go to the weekly street pulse. Yes, Roko also happened today. It was very nice to see Roko happening today. For all the people who don't know what Roko is, I think you have to come out of the rock. But yes, Roko was nice. Yeah, but what happened in this week? Let's look at this, right? One thing that happened this week is metals moved really well in this last 1 week. We saw a 1.3% rise in the metal index, but then suddenly towards the end of the day, almost everything squatted towards the end of Friday. So that is something that we don't like. Nifty 50 is doing a course correction as well, and US market is back up going for an all-time high. So that is something that is happening as well. And if you look at the commodities, there was a massive outrage for commodities in the last 1 week. Every single person was going and buying gold online, offline. Har jagah people were going and buying gold, which is again, you're buying at the top because gold was severely overvalued at that point. So that is something that should not have happened. But again, now it's going down and it's correcting. As you can see, it is taking support from the 20-day moving average. It was riding above the 10-day moving average, but abhi thoda, it's taking some time to relax. Eventually, in the long term, nothing's going to happen to gold. But in the short term, yes, the emotions were running high and everyone was going and buying with FOMO. And that was what was happening. Coming to commodities, commodities also came down quite a bit when it comes to silver, because silver also was going at a 10-day moving average. And then just like how gold fell, silver also fell at the same time, right? So both of these things are actually going on right now. So that is something that is very interesting to look at. But again, as I'm saying, from a long-term standpoint, nothing matters. So do not worry about it if you are holding any one of this, okay? Coming to crude oil. Now, this is something I want to discuss with you guys. Coming to crude oil, very, very, very important for a lot of people who don't understand how crude oil works. We need to understand a series of events. Have you guys noticed that in the last few days, Reliance has come out with a statement and they've said that we will not buy Russian oil anymore. China came out with a statement and said we are not going to buy Russian oil anymore. Have you heard of this statement that came out in the last few days? Yes. So if you see this, right, Reliance, India's biggest importer of Russian oil, buys millions of barrels of crude oil from Middle East and US. This was the game plan all along, right? If you remember, Russian oil, when they flooded the market with Russian oil, and India's Jamnagar refinery, which is the largest refinery in the world, Russian oil used to come to that refinery. Mukesh Ambani's team used to refine it and then sell it to Europe, right? But when we were buying Russian oil and selling it to Europe at very cheap prices, because you have Russian oil, which is already cheap, and you have India's largest refinery that is also doing a lot of cost margins and selling it for cheap, the US, who has a lot of national reserves of oil, are losing. And second, the Gulf region, the Middle East, they are also losing because nobody's buying their oil. And this was the whole, last 1 week, 3 weeks, 5 weeks, this whole damadole that was happening between Trump and India, tariff, was all pressure put by Trump and the Middle East together to stop us using the Russian oil. And that has finally happened. So Reliance has now officially put out a statement and said that because of the sanctions on Russian oil, we will now start buying oil from Middle East and US, which is going to be more expensive for us. And it also removes our arbitrage that we had when we were buying Russian oil and selling it to the East. So a little bit of diplomacy, I think we could have done better here. But again, I'm no expert in this. And I'm sure whoever's doing this at the top level is doing it out of some reason, right? But yeah, we enjoyed a lot with the Russian oil coming in. But you should also understand one very interesting thing that I don't know how many of you have noticed. You know that Reliance has been buying Russian oil for a very long period of time, correct? You also know Reliance's Russian oil that was exported to Europe, and India made a lot of money on it. That also we know, both the news we know. But why is it not reflecting in Reliance's result? Okay, that is a very good question that all of you guys have to ask yourself. That when the results came out, why did this Russian oil profits did not show up as a very big profit in the results of Reliance? But again, this came in, so now we have started buying it from there. So not a good thing. And apart from that, if you also see, Trump is now doing a Southeast Asia trip. He is visiting South Korea, he's visiting Malaysia, he's visiting Japan. And in this trip, he is going to apparently find and sign mineral deals in Asia, basically to pressure a little bit on China. So he is actually going and meeting Malaysia to actually go and look at all of this, right? So he's meeting Malaysia, and he wants to have Malaysia be the forefront of what he wants to put forward in this system. So this is again very interesting. Now coming to the market, let's go back to our extended sheet, right? So that is why we also see crude oil that is actually doing really well. So basically, when I look at my global watch list over here, right, we see gold actually falling down, which is fine, which was pretty much expected that gold would fall down. So no confusion about it. But if you look at US oil, this has started going up. And whenever US oil starts going up, or not US oil, basically whenever crude oil starts going up, it is not advantageous for the rest of the world, mainly not advantageous for manufacturing companies who, if the oil prices go up, then it's going to decrease margins for many people in the market. If oil prices are down, it is going to increase margins for many people in the projects, right? So this is what is going to happen. So now we will see some pressure coming in with rising oil prices to the entire market economy. We were actually very happy with this, but now sadly we should see what is going to happen, right? Now coming to the other world, which is the world of cryptocurrency, Bitcoin is currently at 200-day moving average. That is also taking now support from there. That also fell a lot when we witnessed the entire crash that happened a few weeks ago. Now they are also taking support at 200-day moving average, and this is going to be very crucial, because this has to decide whether the market is going to go into a good zone or in a bad zone in the whole cryptocurrency space, right? Now the top winning and losing indices of this week, if you look at it, nothing actually won, because we are seeing a small fall in the entire market, which is absolutely fine. Global markets have been doing well. America has been doing well. European markets have been doing well. In fact, US market has recently gone up to almost all-time high. As you can see here, they have reached all-time high over here, right? This is on the back of the news that the inflation data that came out in the US was quite low. That means they are very happy, because now if the inflation data has come out good, they can reduce their interest rates without any risk, and the risk of stagflation, which is coming very soon for them, or which they feel will come for them. So that risk gets minimized a little bit. But again, let's see what happens. Okay. Now, apart from that, let's look at some stocks that did really well yesterday. One was Jneco. In the space, which actually did really well. Metal sector, good momentum, just went flying at the end of the day in a market where many sectors were growing and falling. This was one sector that kind of did well. National Alum also similar breakout happened. Ixigo is also on the verge of breakout. So these are some interesting setups to look at. Zinca is actually losing momentum. I know a lot of you guys have been asking about Zinca or Black Buck. It has been losing momentum from a chart perspective. And Nifty 50. Now let's go to Nifty 50 chart and understand what is going on with Nifty 50. And this is something I think all of you guys should definitely look at, because Nifty 50, whether you like it or not, was way too overextended, right? This is what I don't like about Nifty 50, that it was so overextended that many people kept buying more at the top, which is again not a good sign, right? Because you don't buy at the top when the market is going at this rate. So let me just show it to you. Yeah, see this. Now, this blue line, I don't need to show any other line. This blue line that you can see here is basically called the 10-day moving average. And whenever Nifty goes way beyond the 10-day moving average like this, it has to do something known as a mean reversion. And when it got overextended, it is fine because it's in momentum, you don't touch it. Kept going up, but here mean reversion kicked in. We saw some selling pressure coming in, and that's when we saw the market taking a U-turn. And now I feel that it will go down quite a bit. Maybe it should come back to 25,400 once, at least to this point, or 25,500. Either 25,400 or 25,500 should be the first stop before it takes a U-turn and starts going back up again, right? But in this entire rally, the last few days rally, which was very good, it was very good for a lot of things. It was good for the small cases that I have as well. So even if I look at the small case, we had a very good jump from the October 3rd launch. Let me make it 1 month so it's more easier. Yeah, so basically we launched on October 3rd. So that time it was 99, and then it went up to a peak of 104, almost 5.5% up, and now we are at 102 and Nifty is at 101.22. So very interesting, right? And this is Nifty mid and small cap. So this is a more deeper index to track. But according to the mid and small cap, we are doing well. Large cap, though, I don't think we should look at because our major stock weightage is on the mid and small cap itself. So that is basically looking good. Looking good. So we did take good advantage of this small momentum rally that came out in the Nifty 50. But again, not sure how long this would sustain. This has to go down and this will recover again and it'll start going up. Now, coming to some very interesting companies that you guys are also looking at. But before that, let's look at some very interesting news. Right, top updates. ITC Hotel result came out well, so that is good and expected because ITC Hotel were in a very good upward momentum rally. Right, so ITC Hotel result was nice. Banks have been doing well. All your PSU banks have been doing well. We saw Federal Bank, Blackstone news came out. We saw RBL Bank, Emirates news coming out. So a lot of these news are coming out with banks becoming the highlight because now the interest rates have gone down and people know that India is now going to start its next boom rally and a lot of money is going to move away from the US market and it will start entering the Indian market very soon, right? So this is something that we are again very interested in. This is a document we basically give our internal shareholders. So this is something that is good to look at. Okay. Now, coming to some stocks, I think you guys, many people have questions. So how many of you all have questions with, there's a stock called Stallion and you saw that it kept going up and now it's actually falling down. How many of you all actually have a question on that stock? Why is it going up? Because I know it gave 100% return in the last 1 month and now it's hit 5 lower circuits at the same time. And a lot of people in the YouTube community also asked this question. I'm talking about Stallion Fluoro, and you can see here it has got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So it's been hitting 5 lower circuits back to back and doesn't seem like it's going to stop. So let me explain what happened here. It's very simple. I think most of you guys would not know it, but let me explain. So basically, Stallion did go up by 100% in the last 1 month, right? So this was a mega rally. No stock goes up by 100% in the last 1 month. So in the whole month of September, it went up by 100%. And now a lot of people are thinking it's profit booking. That's why it's falling down. Technically, it's not profit booking, right? Profit booking might be one of the reasons. But Stallion, who is in the fluorochemical space, the R22 gases that are there in China, the prices fell down by 40% in the last 1 month, right? And Stallion India is basically a trader. So technically, it should not affect him so much. But there is, he trades the R32 gases and there's a news in the thing that R32 gases might also go down in the next month. So that is why. But long term, there is no problem with this stock. But short term, I know it has taken a nice hit that is going on in this company, right? Now, coming to some PSU banks, some very interesting setups are going on. One is State Bank of India, your biggest bank of India. It is currently sitting at all-time high. Very interesting. Very interesting. And I don't know how many of you all are very good chartists over here, but it also looks like it is creating a reverse head and shoulder pattern. Not exactly a reverse head and shoulder pattern, but it's looking like it's creating a reverse head and shoulder pattern. So this looks again very interesting from that side. And it's not just SBI. It is very weird because all the banks, whether it's public or private, are all going up like this. Look at this. Then I'll show you Canara Bank. Okay. Canara Bank is at all-time high. Give me another bank name that actually went up. South Indian Bank. So many banks just kept going up. Look at the South Indian Bank. Then you have your RBL Bank. Oh, we already showed RBL Bank. Yeah. So one by one, banks have started going up. I think Cub is also there. City Union is also close to an all-time high breakout. Look at this. So every single bank, whether it's public sector or private sector, the good ones, not the bad ones, the good ones are in this momentum rally of going up. And it's not just banks. What about your NBFCs? Look at your L&T Finance, momentum, rally. Look at your Muthoot Finance, momentum, rally. Look at your Bajaj Finance, momentum, rally. Every single person. Okay, your Chola. I'm just showing you more and more examples. Look at Chola, just broke all-time high yesterday. So literally all of these. So some of them have been fueled by the gold rally. The gold finance companies are doing well because of the gold rally. But you have to also understand there is some underlying play here, right? I don't know whether you have seen this in the last 1 week, but there is something going on with the entire banking space. Whether it's private banks, whether it's public banks, whether it's NBFCs, whether it's microfinance, whether it's housing finance, big players are coming and entering the space. MUFG, Japan wants to take stake in Yes Bank, Emirates wants to take stake in RBL Bank, Blackstone wants to take stake in Federal Bank. Kuch to ho raha hai. Do you agree? Something is happening, or else these guys are not idiots to start coming and entering the Indian banking space, which is also one of the toughest markets to be in, and start playing in this arena, right? So something, I don't know what is happening, but something big is coming up. That is why I can also see that a lot of these banks and a lot of these financial lending institutions have gone up. Yes, GST rate cuts have happened, and that has helped people buy more stuff. And whenever people buy stuff, they usually buy with a loan. So hence, Bajaj Finance and other companies have done really well, and they have gone up really well also, right? But please keep a note that metals, financials are looking very strong this week. If you are in this zone, most likely it is going to be very good for you. That is going to happen. Not just that, there is another news that also came out that just 19 stocks corner half of the 2.77 lakh crore mutual fund inflows in 2025. So out of most of the SIP income that is coming into the system, only 19 stocks took half of that income, right? Which is majorly your Nifty 50 stocks itself that have taken most of this investments. Why is this happening? Because valuation comfort for mutual funds. Even today, most of the mutual funds are sitting in cash. The SIPs that you do, those mutual funds are actually sitting in cash. They're not being deployed right now, mainly because they have a lot of valuation comfort in large caps, and that is why they're investing heavily into large caps, because large caps had not gone up. Your IT companies have fallen down, your Reliance has fallen down, so they've invested in these companies as well. Eternal Swiggy, I don't know why that is happening, but SBI, Reliance, all of that makes absolute sense. But most of the money has gone into this ecosystem, and that is something we will have to definitely be aware of, right? Apart from that, if you look at the US market, there are some very interesting company that is doing well. If you look at Crowd, I don't know if you've heard of CrowdStrike. So a lot of squats and breakouts happening here in the US market as well. Yes, they are currently at all-time high. The index is at all-time high. They are not, they are overvalued, definitely overvalued, right? The whole AI bubble or AI race that people keep talking about it. So this, as you can see, is also going up quite well. Give me one sec. Let me just remove all of this. Yeah, so this has also broken all-time high. So even the US market, there are a lot of interesting plays happening there. More interesting than the Indian market. Yes, AMD is also going up like crazy. That is absolutely right. Not just AMD, I'll show you some very interesting companies. Look at CAT. Okay, CAT is also in this beautiful momentum rally, right? Absolute momentum. Nvidia is there, very close to a new leg. Broadcom is also there, very close to a new leg. Microsoft could not recover after this day. Amazon was actually at 200-day moving average and is now doing a pullback. Apple is doing really well. I think Meta needs to recover. Meta is not doing well. I don't know why SGS is here. Palantir is again back. It's close to its all-time high. So as you can see, many interesting setups in US. US has a lot of good setups. Goldman Sachs actually gave a 4.5% upside here. And if the economy does well, if there is quantitative easing, and if the US economy grows, Goldman Sachs usually does a good job. Okay. Only problem is Berkshire Hathaway is not doing well. Look at Berkshire Hathaway. Right, Berkshire Hathaway, weirdly, after that news of Warren Buffett leaving and the Heinz ketchup fiasco, they're actually not doing really well. Tesla is in no man's land. They are also, but they did a very good recovery, but now they're stuck over here. They need some very interesting news to go up. Yes, AMD again went up all-time high, again broke this. So AMD is again doing really, really well. And this has been doing well for a very long period of time. So no questions here. The brokerage houses in US are doing well, whether it's your Interactive Brokers, whether it's your Robinhood markets. They are also in a very beautiful zone because their free cash flow generation has now kicked in, and they are doing really well here. Even from a long-term standpoint, it looks really well. A lot of uranium companies had come into the picture. For example, your Oklo went up, fell down. Now it's again trying to make another reverse rally. ARC ETF, as you know, US is a market of ETFs. So ARC ETF is also something that looks very interesting. This is, I think, Kathy Wood's ETF that even I keep tracking a lot. Very interesting picks that she takes. But again, we'll have to keep very interesting eye on all of this. Apart from this, one more very big news came out over the weekend that the army and defense is now spending almost 76,000 crores for procurement, which is going to be very, very, very good, right? Why? Because this is mainly going into Navy it is going into Navy, and it is going into air warfare. So these are the two places most of the money is going to go into. And if you look at another news that came out recently, Army fast tracks modernization of infantry units with new weapons and new tech, right? So this is something that is again going to help the entire thing, and we are very serious about it this time. So your drones, your anti-drones, all of this is going to do really, really well. And most of your players are going to win here. From top to bottom, they will start winning. So I think you should definitely go read some articles on this defense play, because defense has been pretty much, I would say, non-existent in the last 6 months. They've not moved much, but I think there's a lot of growth coming up in the defense sector now in the next few days, or maybe in the next few weeks. And we also have the budget coming very soon. So budget, maybe they will talk about the US stuff. So all of this is happening as well. Yeah. Okay, awesome. I want to now start taking questions quickly. Anyone has any doubts, any questions, you can ask questions. Let me quickly take some questions. In the meantime, for all the people who are a part of the YouTube community who have missed out on this update, which we have put today, tomorrow I will be dropping the link for our in-person offline event in Bangalore, which is going to happen on 9th of November. So only 200 seats are there. It's a free event for you guys, but it's a invite only basis. So whoever registers for it tomorrow will get it. So I'll send the link at 12 p.m. tomorrow. Yeah, awesome. Grow Lenskart IPO. Grow, I have checked. Lenskart, I have not checked. Let me check Lenskart. I know they've turned profitable suddenly. So whenever someone turns suddenly profitable, it is a big red flag for me. Let me go check it out. I will make a nice thing for it. By the way, for all the people who have subscribed to the small cases, we have made a WhatsApp group. Please join that WhatsApp group. If you have not come into the WhatsApp group, please send me an email at support@shashankudupa.co.in. I will, with the screenshot of your small case subscription, I will get you added into that group. That is where we give almost 3 to 4 market updates every single day, except Saturday, Sunday, where we take a small break. But Monday to Friday, we give you a lot of updates. There are a lot of big articles. So if you're not a part of that WhatsApp group, you should definitely get into it. Okay. Okay, let's take some questions. Okay, good question. Would you say banking is overvalued or undervalued at current point? I think they're not overvalued. I think with the growth that is going to come into the ecosystem, I definitely feel they're not overvalued. They're definitely undervalued in my opinion. Yeah. Suzlon and Vikram Solar. I don't want to talk about the first company, but I'll talk about the second and third. Vikram Solar is doing well. Suzlon is also doing well. See, the power play is a long-term play. It's not like a 1 year, 2 year play. It is a 4-5 year play. And I feel that a lot of things will change in the next 4-5 years. And a lot of people have suddenly come up as competition as well, right? So I think this is going to become very interesting for us to look at also, from who wins. Whoever goes across the value chain will win. For example, I think the only company right now going across the value chain is Vari Energies. They have got everything across the sun, right? So I think people who go as deep as possible into backward integration are the ones that will actually win. Yeah. View on PEB, I think it's the future. I think it is the future. There is a slow adoption happening right now, but there will come a point where the adoption will streamline and pick up faster. But it's a good place to be in. Definitely not a bad place. There are 2-3 good companies in that space. I think that they will do well. I don't own anything at that point in that industry as of now, but I do like one company there. Will Nifty reach 30K? 30K is a lot, man. 30K, matlab, what? We're at 25,000. You're saying almost 20% index? Time lagega, boss. I think 27K is what I would believe is possible. I think March 2026, we should be at 27K. Again, anything can happen with Trump there. Honestly, making any predictions is a fool. That we are only a fool if we do predictions when Trump is around. So I think we should not do any predictions. But yeah, I think 2027, because the FIs are going to come back now. We've got valuation comfort where next growth cycle is starting in. So I think the next set of FIs will start entering the Indian economy very soon. Yeah. What's your take on Solara Active Pharmaceutical with the turnaround? Very interesting, Anish. I think the demerger is going to happen anytime soon. Once the demerger happens, the new business will take at least 1 to 1.5 years to grow, as you know, if you have read it. So it's a 2027 play, but very interesting it looks. The risk reward is very beneficial for this. What is your take on KPIT? It has not gone up. I have invested 20K in it. Dhirendra, it's not going to go up like this. It's going to take its time and go up. It's a long-term company. It has given 6 years of growth, 1 year of degrowth. It will take maybe 2 years of degrowth, and then it'll start its journey of growth again. So it's not like it's going to go up instantly. It has gone up 6 years in a row. Give it some time, it'll take some breath and go up again. Fundamentally, nothing's wrong with the company. Why Emirates acquiring banks? They recently acquired some bank in Pakistan. Absolutely interesting question, Sai Kiran. As of now, no idea. But yes, it was a very bold move of Emirates entering India, Japan entering India. We are opening our doors to other people. It can also work in our favor and also go against us. It is only time will tell, because Emirates comes with a huge bank balance, right, to rival our existing banks. So it's all about who catches the pulse of the Indian audience better. Yeah. What else? Just looking at the questions. Bro, why SBI cards don't move even though it's a good company? And that's because so they've been having a problem, Chirag. They're doing really well, but they've been having a problem from the last 2 to 3 years. Their spreads are not doing well. Their lending rates are not good, and there's some problem that's going on. If you look at the con call presentation, they have spoken multiple times about it. Take on Shilchar. Shilchar is very good, man. I think I like two companies here. I like Shilchar Tech. I like TD Power Systems. I think these two will win. Irrespective, they will win. Like if the market goes up, they will win, right? Both are good. Both are good. But somehow both of them don't get premium also. I don't know why. Both of them are very undervalued, and they never get value. I think they came out with great results. The stock price doesn't move. So there should be a time for it to do well. Stallion is good from a long-term point of view. 1 year R32 game is going on. I think from a 5-year point of view, it's very good. 1 year, it is too dependent on the raw material prices as R32. But if you look at their entire capex history, capex future, they have said that 2026, 2027, 2028 tak capex jane wala hai. And their high margin products are coming in 2027, 2028. But yes, very good future. Future is not bad at all. Okay. Okay, let's take one more question. Let's take. Thank you, Ankush Singh Gandhi, for 20 bucks. Okay, let's take one more question. I know you mentioned limiting your stocks to 10 to 12 good long-term stocks. Yes, as of today, I am fully invested. I don't have any cash. I'm fully invested. I have 10 stocks only in my portfolio. I think I mentioned it to the YouTube community as well. I only have 10 stocks. I didn't mention the name of the stocks, but I have spoken about the 10 stocks that I have. Basically, 2 pharma companies, 2 power companies, actually 3 pharma companies, 2 power companies, 1 textile company, one two-wheeler play company. So yeah, almost 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, approximately 9. I must have missed one. One defense company. So I have only 10 companies. I don't have money now. So as and when I get money, I have a separate buy list. But I put a lot of money in these 10 companies, almost north of 2.5 crores. I put only in these 10 companies. High conviction bets with good stabilizers. The pharma companies are my stabilizers. So hopefully that should do well. And let's see. Hopefully, if the market starts going up, then this should, in the next 3 to 4 years, this 2 should become 5, and 5 should become 10. And then eventually, when I reach 45, 50, I should retire. So that is the goal. But let's see, one step at a time. I'm actively looking at diversifying my portfolio also to enter, to have at least 10% allocation in real estate. So I'm looking at some opportunities in Bangalore again, opening my eyes up and looking at this, because I want some positive cash flow setups to be created now. When the market is not good, it's the best time to have some free cash flow generating assets and not depend on the market always, right? So that is something that I'm going to look at as well. Okay. What else? Why housing finance companies are not doing well even after rate cut? Because even after rate cut, the problem is rate cut happened and employee cut also happened. Most of your IT companies, people got fired. And if you look at the another problem is that was one problem. The second problem is oversupply came into the market. If you look at any market, whether it's Delhi, Gurgaon, Bombay, Bangalore, Bangalore to Hyderabad also, if you're in Hyderabad, Chennai also I've heard has this problem. There is oversupply that's come in. Everyone thought everyone's buying a house, let's just go and make buildings. Everywhere buildings have come. Now buildings are not getting sold out because oversupply has kicked in. There's too much supply. In Bangalore itself, I know in that whole there's an area in North Bangalore called Bagalur. Almost 700 to 1,000 flats have come in a span of 1 kilometer area. 700 to 1,000 flats have come, saying that the future of KIADBL park will come. That park has not even come yet, but 1,000 flats have already come. So yeah, I think oversupply has kicked in a little bit. Yeah. Let's take one last question before we call it. Also, how did you guys enjoy the match? It was so nice to see Virat Kohli back and batting. Finally, bat. It feels so nice to look at him. Okay, should we start accumulating Tesla? I think it's a long-term game. It's not a short-term game. It's not a swing trade. It is a very long-term play, right? So you can. There is no harm. Tesla, Meta, Nvidia. These are all. Or you can just go with ETFs. If you're worried about it, you can just buy a Roundhill Max 7 ETF as well. That is something you can do also. Yeah. Vari Energies I already spoke about. I think it's good. Not a problem at all. What else? 1 second. I'm just trying to see the chat if I'm missing out anything. Update on your son's PF. That's a good question. Let me just check. I can't show it to you, but because now the new rules of SEBI has come in, so I can't tell you the stocks that I have, but I can tell you what I've done with that thing. Let me tell you right now. Give me 1 sec. Yes. So son's PF has basically reached 13.77 lakh right now. My goal was to reach 15 lakhs by December. So I think I'm 1.3 lakhs away. Slowly doing an SIP. Beautiful time. Market's down. I did change the portfolio quite a bit. What did I do? I'll tell you 1 second. Where did it go, man? I changed the portfolio quite a bit. Basically, I streamlined it even further. I made it very, very tight. Now I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 11 companies and gold bees. I have just 11 companies in that basket and gold bees. All 11 companies, I believe, will always be there for the future. Mostly large cap. I'll tell you how many are large cap. Out of 11, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Everything's large cap except two companies. Except two companies, everything is large cap. Only one mid cap. So all are large cap, and gold also is there. The biggest winner in my son's portfolio right now is gold. The biggest winner is gold at 21% gain. Second winner is Budgefin at 17%, and then we have some IT companies at 5% and a hospital company at 5%. So I only buy the leaders, so I don't buy the losers. But yeah, IT company also I bought. So I'm buying slowly buying. But it's reached 13.7. So hopefully it'll reach 15 soon. It is in profit. Yes, it is in profit. So not bad at all from when it started. It's in, but not a great profit. It's in 1.2% profit. It's okay. 1.2% profit could be better, but I'm in large cap. So hopefully when the large cap starts moving, this will start doing much better, right? So that is basically what it is. Awesome. So guys, okay, let me do a quick round of updates before we close this session. I should have done that in the start, but completely forgot. So good news, we have crossed more than 10 crores of AUM in our small case. So good. We have a lot of subscribers that have come in. So I'm very happy and very proud to manage your money. And also it's a big responsibility. So I'm very happy about it. Number one, we are now focusing on doing a little bit of offline events. I thought we should meet everybody. So we're doing a first event for 200 people in Bangalore. This is for our members only. So we will be meeting them in Bangalore on 9th November. Then I'm traveling to Bombay in the second week of November. We might do a small event in Bombay for people from Bombay and Pune. Not confirmed yet, but we will look at it. Number two, apart from that, Jan first week, after taking feedback from all of you guys, we will be launching our third small case, which would be a mid and small cap basket. And we have taken your feedback. It will be a low cost basket, because I know a lot of people could not afford the Fluid C and Fluid Q because it was 10,000 rupees and 14,000 rupees. So we are now going to launch a very, very, very cheap, affordable basket, not a cheap basket, affordable basket, which will also work towards giving high alpha. So that way your expense ratio will be low and the upside can be higher, and it will be a mid and small cap basket all in all, right? So this is the third thing that we're working on. So yes, these are the three things that are coming up from October, November, December. What is Telegram plan? I don't know what you mean by Telegram plan. What is Telegram plan? Not sure what is Telegram question mark. Yeah, so these are some of the updates that are coming up. Telegram, you're talking about migration from YouTube to Telegram. No, I think we'll stick with YouTube, because very few people said yes to from the YouTube community to move to Telegram. Many people didn't want to move to Telegram, so we'll stick with YouTube. Sadly, can't help it, because on WhatsApp it's doing much better. It's easier to give more updates on WhatsApp as compared to this. But a lot of people were against it, so I don't want to screw up that entire element right now. So let me keep it on only. I would love to have go to like Telegram or WhatsApp just to give business updates, but let's see over time. Maybe if more people are okay to do it, we will migrate over there. Okay, awesome guys. So I will see you guys again next week. I will see you soon. Till then, hopefully the market keeps going up and we're all doing a good job in the market. Okay, thank you guys, take care, see you guys, bye bye.